Hello there. My name is Nicole Witt, and I am a coach and a mentor of A Course in Miracles. And today I'm going to start this series on like a journey through the course. And I'm just going to read a section at a time and talk about it a little bit. And we're going to actually start at the very, very beginning. So in the preface, and the preface says, and this is in the Foundation for Inner Peace version. This preface was written in 1977 in response to many requests for a brief introduction to A Course in Miracles. The first two parts, how it came, what it is, Helen Schuckman wrote herself. The final part, what it says, was written by the process of inner dictation described in the preface. So if you don't know, Helen Schuckman is the woman who channeled this work of A Course in Miracles. And so this is saying that in this preface that we're going to read, the first two sections she wrote herself, and the third section was written by the voice, is what she calls it. And as we will see later on, the voice self-identifies as Jesus, but she just calls it the voice. So today we're just going to do how it came. So this is the story about how the Course came to be. It says, A Course in Miracles began with the sudden decision of two people to join in a common goal. Their names were Helen Schuckman and William Thetford, professors of medical psychology at Columbia University's College of Physicians and Surgeons in New York City. It does not matter who they were, except that the story shows that with God all things are possible. They were anything but spiritual. Their relationship with each other was difficult and often strained, and they were concerned with personal and professional acceptance and status. In general, they had considerable investment in the values of the world. Their lives were hardly in accord with anything that the Course advocates. Helen, the one who received the material, describes herself. So this is her talking about herself. Psychologist, educator, conservative in theory, and atheistic in belief. I was working in a prestigious and highly academic setting, and then something happened that triggered a chain of events I could never have predicted. The head of my department, which is Bill Thetford, unexpectedly announced that he was tired of the angry and aggressive feelings our attitudes reflected, and concluded that there must be another way. As if on cue, I agreed to help him find it. Apparently, this course is the other way. So there was a lot of animosity going on in this department, a lot like, we might have problems in our workspaces or our families or just, the situations. And Bill Thetford finally got up and said, you know what, I can't handle this anymore. There has to be a better way or another way that we can do this. And Helen was prompted to respond that she would help him find that. So it goes on. Although their intention was serious, they had great difficulty in starting out on their joint venture. This is Helen and Bill. But they had given the Holy Spirit the little willingness that, as the Course itself was to emphasize again and again, is sufficient to enable him to use any situation for his purposes and provide it with his power. Okay? So a little willingness is all we need to hand it over. And then he takes control. In this, he means Holy Spirit, is referring to, takes control and uses any situation for his purpose, which is the purpose of God and love. To continue Helen's first-person account, this is back to her speaking directly. 3 startling months preceded the actual writing, during which time Bill suggested that I write down the highly symbolic dreams and descriptions of the strange images that were coming to me. Although I had grown more accustomed to the unexpected by that time, I was still very surprised when I wrote, "This is A Course in Miracles." That was my introduction to the voice. It made no sound, but seemed to be giving me a kind of rapid inner dictation which I took down in a shorthand notebook. The writing was never automatic. It could be interrupted at any time and later picked up again. It made me very uncomfortable, but it never seriously occurred to me to stop. It seemed to be a special assignment I had somehow, somewhere agreed to complete. It represented a truly collaborative venture between Bill and myself, and much of its significance, I am sure, lies in that. I would take down what the voice said and read it to him the next day, and he typed it from my dictation. I expect he had his special assignment too. Without his encouragement and support, I would never have been able to fulfill mine. The whole process took about 7 years. The text came first, then the workbook for students, and finally the manual for teachers. Only a few minor changes have been made. Chapter titles and subheadings have been inserted in the text, and some of the more personal references that occurred at the beginning have been omitted. Otherwise, the material is substantially unchanged. And I would just add here that some of that more personal material that they did not include in this version, it is available. It's available in the Circle of Atonement version, which I don't have to show you right close by right now, but it's the big purple book. And there are cameos at the back that have that personal information. And for me, I did find that really helpful because it helped me apply it, see it, how they'd applied it to actual circumstances in their life. And I believe that's the whole point of this. So if you have that, you can look at that, but just know that she is saying right here that they did take that out of this version. The names of the collaborators in the recording of the course do not appear on the cover because the course can and should stand on its own. It is not intended to become the basis for another cult. Its only purpose is to provide a way in which some people will be able to find their own inner teacher. I'm going to stop there for today. So again, it's right from the beginning. I mean, this isn't even in the course, and it's saying that the purpose of this course is to help people find and listen to their own inner teacher. So I'll leave you with that today. Maybe you can spend some time checking in, seeing if your inner teacher is readily available to you. I love you, and I will see you soon.